The A-10 Warthog is one of the most feared ground attack aircraft in the world, designed to obliterate tanks and armored vehicles. Yet, despite ongoing battles with Russian forces, Ukraine has made it clear they don't want the A-10 in their fight. But why? In today's video, we'll break down the surprising reasons behind Ukraine's decision and explore why the legendary Warthog might not be the right tool for this conflict. From its strengths and limitations to Ukraine's unique battlefield needs, we'll uncover the full story behind this controversial decision. Stay tuned to find out what's really happening behind the scenes. This is Tactical Aviation. Let's get started. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, better known as the Warthog, is one of the most iconic ground attack aircraft ever built. The A-10 Warthog, renowned for its potent tank-busting capabilities, won't be sent to Ukraine anytime soon. Despite its proven success in previous conflicts, Ukraine has expressed reservations about acquiring the aircraft, citing concerns regarding its survivability against the formidable Russian air defenses. Unlike past wars where the A-10 thrived, Ukraine lacks air superiority, making the slow-moving Warthog a vulnerable target. Moreover, logistics challenges and dwindling support for the aging aircraft further complicate any potential transfers. While the A-10 remains a cherished ground attack platform, its role in Ukraine's high-threat battlefield is limited. Consequently, both the US and Ukraine are shifting their focus to F-16s. Why hasn't the United States sent A-10 Warthogs to Ukraine? The A-10 Warthog, affectionately known as the flying tank due to its titanium hull, is one of the world's most beloved and misunderstood aircraft. People were captivated by its unparalleled firepower, making it a symbol of American military might. We watched in awe as the A-10 Thunderbolt II, with its signature brrrr sound of its 30mm gun, decimated exposed targets. This aircraft was heavily used in Iraq and Afghanistan for ground support against the Taliban. In 2017, during the Syrian conflict, the A-10, along with other aircraft, provided crucial support to a small special forces base under attack by Russian Wagner Group mercenaries and Syrian troops equipped with armored vehicles. The ensuing battle was a devastating defeat for the Wagner troops, and they will likely never forget it. Despite years of advocacy from the Air Force to retire the A-10, it faced opposition from Congress. However, the Air Force has finally secured its wish, and the A-10s will soon be phased out of service. Nevertheless, there is ongoing debate about why the United States has not deployed the A-10 to Ukraine in the ongoing conflict. Ukraine doesn't want the A-10 Warthog. Well, that should immediately burst the bubble. If they don't want them, the purpose of the discussion becomes irrelevant, right? Not entirely. However, this is where the confusion arises. We'll revisit this later, but first, let's explore why Ukraine doesn't want them. It's not because pro-Russia Republican extremists are preventing them from having any. During a House Armed Services Committee hearing last April, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall stated that Ukraine hasn't shown much interest in providing military aid. He acknowledged that Ukraine, understandably, is concerned about its survivability. Kendall further emphasized that he was unaware of any active interest from Ukraine in receiving military assistance. The area on both sides of the front is heavily populated with surface-to-air missiles, SAMs, which have resulted in significant losses for the Ukrainians, including aircraft and helicopters. They rely on the outdated Soviet Su-25 Frogfoot, which served as the Soviet equivalent of the A-10 during the Cold War. While the Su-25 is less capable than the A-10, it shares the same mission profile. The Su-25 has been severely damaged, and while the Russians still possess Frogfoots, I haven't heard any reports of their use, likely due to the same reasons as the Ukrainians. Can the A-10 thrive on the battlefield in Ukraine? Is everything going the way of Ukraine? Yes, the A-10s were so successful because the US had battlefield dominance in the skies of Afghanistan. However, this is a misconception. Neither side currently has air dominance, nor does the Ukrainian Air Force control the skies over Ukraine. This situation is not ideal for a slow and vulnerable aircraft like the A-10. If the Ukrainians had A-10s in the early stages of the war, with Russian armor trapped on main roads, it would have resulted in a devastating defeat. However, this scenario changed after the Russians enhanced their air defenses. Some argue that the A-10s could survive with fast escorts. Luke Coffey, a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute, suggests that the plane could be effective if Ukraine had the appropriate combination of systems and capabilities, such as F-16s, to accompany it. This idea that they wouldn't be effective on the battlefield in Ukraine, I don't subscribe to, because this plane was literally designed to destroy Soviet armor and Russian armor. Yes, it's a bit dated, but so are the ATACMS EMS, so are the HIMARS, Coffey said. The A-10 was designed to combat Soviet or Russian armor if it poured through the Fulda Gap during the Cold War. Its airframe was built around the legendary GAU-8 Avenger 30mm cannon, which can shoot 3,900 depleted uranium slugs per minute. But air defenses have improved over the last 45 years, and with air supremacy, the hogs would suffer. Let's dive into its incredible specifications and discover why it's a true beast of the battlefield. The A-10 is 53 feet and 4 inches long, with a wingspan of 57 feet and 6 inches. Its wings are designed for maximum stability at low altitudes and speeds, making it perfect for close-quarters ground attacks. One of the A-10's most famous features is the GAU-8 Avenger 30mm Gatling gun. This 7-barrel cannon can fire 3,900 rounds per minute, capable of shredding tanks with ease. In fact, the entire aircraft is practically built around this weapon. The Warthog is also built like a tank. It has titanium armor plating that protects the cockpit and critical systems. Even if parts of the aircraft are damaged, the A-10 is designed to keep flying, thanks to its redundant systems and durable airframe. The A-10 is powered by two General Electric TF-34 GE100 turbofan engines, each providing 9,065 pounds of thrust. These engines are mounted high and away from the fuselage to reduce vulnerability to ground fire and to protect against debris during takeoff and landing. In addition to the GAU-8 cannon, the A-10 has 11 hardpoints that can carry a wide variety of weapons. This includes AGM-65 Maverick missiles, laser-guided bombs, cluster munitions, and even AIM-9 sidewinders for self-defense. The A-10's durability is legendary. It can fly with one engine, a damaged wing, or even a damaged tail. This resilience has allowed it to return safely to base time and time again, even after taking heavy fire. With its combination of firepower, durability, and precision, the A-10 Warthog has earned its place as one of the most respected aircraft in modern warfare. It's no wonder this aircraft remains a vital part of the U.S. Air Force to this day. Logistics will make this untenable. Logistics are the backbone of warfighting, as we all know. While we may want to overlook the mundane aspects of war, they are absolutely crucial. Let's be honest, war movies rarely feature logistics experts, except for the Red Ball Express. However, in this case, it's a deal breaker. Once the Warthog is removed from the U.S. inventory, all support for it will cease. The issue arises when that aircraft is removed from the U.S. inventory, as there won't be any base support for it. Consequently, any nation that acquires it and attempts to maintain it would face significant challenges. Moreover, it's an extremely old aircraft, approximately 45 years old. Finding replacement parts for it would be extremely difficult, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall cautioned. Look, everyone who has ever seen an A-10 in action and feels a sense of security watching them fly overhead loves these aircraft. However, the war in Ukraine is unique. While the A-10s are undoubtedly great aircraft and will always be valuable assets, this conflict is not their primary mission. Now, if the Air Force intends to maintain a small fleet of A-10s flying around the southern border to combat cartels, that's a different matter that deserves further discussion. The A-10 Warthog may be a legendary ground attack aircraft, but it isn't a one-size-fits-all solution for every battlefield. Ukraine's decision to pass on the Warthog shows the importance of modern air defense, agility, and survivability in today's high-tech conflicts. While the Warthog excels in certain scenarios, Ukraine's unique needs and Russia's advanced air defenses have created a battlefield where flexibility and stealth take priority. What are your thoughts on Ukraine's decision? Do you think the A-10 still has a place in modern warfare? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the Tactical Aviation. Stay tuned for more analysis and updates on global conflicts. See you next time.